Hi everyone, welcome to the Tuesday edition of Source 16 News. I'm Eddie Owen. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news, Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Western Kentucky is shutting its doors for good after more than 40 years of mentorship. According to a release provided to Source 16 today, the organization will cease operations in Trigg, Callaway, Todd, and Christian counties effective July 31st. Board of Directors President Cecilia Cluse says on July 5th, the Board of Directors met and passed a resolution to begin the process of dissolving the corporation. Officials say all relationships made between volunteer mentors and the children they were mentoring will be formally closed as of that date. Well, the city of Hopkinsville announced today that local construction permit values have increased over $7.1 million, or over 68% compared to this time a year ago.
Well, we're just delighted to see that our construction permits are up almost 70% overall for the first 6 months of 2011 over the same 6 months in 2010. And permits are up across the board, single family, commercial, and multifamily. So that's a really good sign that our economy is turning around and improving in Hopkinsville, and it provides a lot of jobs for people in the construction industry.
According to Mayor Kemp, the increases appear to be fueled by growth in new multifamily, residential, and commercial buildings. He says since June 2010, multifamily construction went up 125%, while new commercial construction increased 182% during the same time. Mayor Kemp adds the growth may also be a result of incentive programs the city currently offers to new homeowners and to developers.
But our housing incentives that the council passed in June, I believe will spur the development of more single-family residential, and we'd like to see that take place in the designated residential enterprise zone areas, and those are very lucrative incentives both for builders and for buyers of the new homes in the designated areas, which are on the outskirts of the city and also in the inner city.
Kemp says commercial additions also increased 57%, or $1.2 million. The city of Mayfield now has public transportation thanks to a cooperative agreement between the city and the Fulton area transit system.
Well, it's been several years since we've had just a regular form of public transportation. Now, the Fulton area transit system is in and out of Mayfield, but you had to give them, special notice and that type thing. And under the new direction of its executive director, Kenny Etherton, they have made some changes, just trying to increase their revenue and be more available to the counties that they are permitted to serve. And Mayfield and Graves, of course, is one of those areas that they can serve.
According to Mayor Cantrell, the transit system previously made trips to Mayfield, but now it will be available Monday through Friday between 8 a.m. and 2:30 p.m.
So I heard time and time again from people that said we just need a way that if I need to, to take my kid to the park, I can get a ride out there, and I know that something is available for me. So we were really, really excited to find that we could expand this service for our citizens.
Mayfield and Graves County residents are encouraged to call 270-472-0662 for pickup and delivery anywhere within city limits. The transit system also provides medical transport and transportation services for Amtrak rail service in Fulton. Well, Trigg County High School has a new principal. According to school officials, the school-based decision-making council has selected math teacher and head football coach Shannon Burcham to fill the position. Burcham has been in education for 18 years, most of which have been with the Trigg County school system. He has served the past 4 years as a math teacher and the head football coach at Trigg County High School. Previously, he taught math and was the head football coach at Madisonville North Hopkins for 1 year after beginning his teaching career with the Christian County public school system. Burcham will begin his principal's duties at Trigg County High School effective immediately. Well, Fort Campbell's 1st Brigade Combat Team tomorrow morning will be recognizing local leaders and organizations who helped keep soldiers' morale high during their deployment last year. Officials say certificates will be given to local businesses and organizations who helped fund care packages for soldiers and provided refreshments to families after each welcome home ceremony. The recognition ceremony will be held at the 1st Brigade Combat Team headquarters building. 2 hardened men are in jail facing manufacturing meth charges after a traffic stop by the Marshall County Sheriff's Department last night. A deputy stopped 35-year-old Anthony Riley and requested a canine unit and the narcotics unit to come to the scene after he found items associated with a meth lab. A Marshall County Sheriff's detective located a meth reaction vessel, lithium battery, wire cutters, drain opener, ether, and pseudoephedrine inside the vehicle. Police arrested and charged Anthony Riley with his first offense of manufacturing methamphetamine, while his passenger, 31-year-old Jason Riley, was charged with his second offense of manufacturing meth after previously being arrested for the same offense in 2002. Both men were booked into the Marshall County Detention Center, and police say additional charges are pending. 2 Mayfield men have now been arrested in connection to a burglary and theft that occurred at a Graves County home nearly 2 months ago. Graves County Sheriff Dwayne Redmond reports that after a 6-week investigation, enough evidence was collected to charge 31-year-old Justin Ballou and 33-year-old Christopher Marty Riley with second-degree burglary, theft by unlawful taking over $500, and second-degree criminal mischief. According to Sheriff Redmond, the burglary occurred around the end of May at a home on State Route 384 in the Dublin community, where several items were taken from the residence and a considerable amount of criminal mischief occurred. Both men were lodged in the Graves County Jail. A Hopkinsville woman was arrested after police say she left her children home alone and unsupervised while food was cooking on the stove. 22-year-old Ebony Brody was taken into custody by Hopkinsville police at a home on Tennessee Avenue around 9:15 last night and charged with first-degree wanton endangerment. According to the report, officers responded to the area to look for a subject involved in a verbal dispute with someone on Canton Street and found Brody walking down the street highly agitated. After determining it was Brody involved in the verbal altercation, and upon further investigation, police report that Brody had left her children, ages 1 to 4, at home alone while food was cooking on the stove, as well as hot oil, causing risk of seriously injuring her children. Brody was arrested, charged, and booked into the Christian County Jail. Authorities report charges are pending against a Wingo man who was injured in a motorcycle wreck over the weekend. Graves County Sheriff Dwayne Redmond reported today that 33-year-old Daniel Farmer was traveling south on US 45 at Grissom Road Saturday night around 8 o'clock when he lost control of his motorcycle and was ejected. Farmer was treated at the scene and then transported to the Jackson Purchase Medical Center, where he was admitted for shoulder injuries. Sheriff Redmond said the investigation into the wreck continues and charges are pending against Farmer. No doubt you've been aware that Washington is abuzz about the debt ceiling. This maximum amount the government may owe is set to expire 2 weeks from today. Lawmakers have been posturizing for weeks now, trying to come up with a solution. First District Congressman Ed Whitfield held a telephone conference today to talk about the debt ceiling, as well as the House proposed cut, cap, and balance legislation. This legislation would require that for the president to get a raise in the debt ceiling, that the House and Senate pass and refer to the states for ratification an amendment to the Constitution requiring Congress to provide a balanced budget, also to require a congressional supermajority to raise taxes, and to limit spending as a percentage of gross domestic product. Whitfield gave an indication of the immediate effects of not raising the ceiling during the month of August.
For example, I think there's going to be like $172 billion anticipated coming into the government from August 3rd through the 31st, and there are outflows that must be paid in the amount of $306 billion. So we're going to have a shortfall of about $134 billion.
Whitfield was also asked specifically if he would support a non-Republican plan in order to avoid default.
I'm not going to speculate because until that time comes, I really don't want to say. But all I know is that today we are going to be voting upon a measure that could resolve this issue. And I think it's important that we have this vote because it demonstrates that a plan has been developed. It will address the issue, and it will lift the debt ceiling.
Again, the debt ceiling is scheduled to expire August 2nd. Minority-owned businesses will soon be in the spotlight across the nation, as well as here in Hopkinsville. The 23rd Annual Minority Enterprise Development Week, also known as MED Week 2011 of Kentucky, kicks off August 2nd. And there's still ways to improve your business by getting involved.
For a tangible benefit, you can come in and help your business improve. I know we'll talk about it, but we have a good conference, a small business and entrepreneurs opportunity conference, where it can really help your business improve its bottom line.
The event will also be recognized across the nation for its 28th year. Christian County's MED Week will be held at the James E. Bruce Convention Center and kicks off with the 5th annual Hopkinsville Family Feud event. Several conferences for small businesses and entrepreneurs, as well as a golf scramble and awards banquet. All are opportunities for businesses to learn how they can help diversify the culture of the Hopkinsville community.
It improves the quality of place. When I was just in Louisville last week, I heard the mayor talk about you can have a world-class city without having international citizens and without having a good idea for diversity. So I think this helps build the character of the community and the culture of our community.
For more information on how to get involved, visit the Minority Economic Development Initiative of Western Kentucky's website. That's medisuccess.org.